Hello, this is Dennis from Guitar Lessons Ithaca, and if you're a guitarist who wants to improve your rhythm skills, this video is for you. I'm going to get into why it can be frustrating to grapple with certain rhythmic coordination issues and what to do about it. So, and in the process, I'm going to give an example from my own playing that will illuminate things for you. So, when I have a student who comes in, see, rhythm is the essential ingredient in music. So, any instrument you play, you got to have rhythm. And on guitar, a lot of times that it consists of having solid strumming technique. If a student comes in and wants to play the rhythm 1, 2, and 4, for example, and they play it like this, right? I immediately see that's a big red flag because they don't have a regular motion. They're thinking the rhythm and approximating. Notice the word approximate in their strumming hand, as opposed to this. Now this applies to all styles and all levels, so it's not just, open chord strumming that we're talking about here. This is all rhythmic coordination on every level, and I'm going to show you an advanced or relatively advanced example from my own playing that I documented so I could help make this video. You have to have a regular strumming motion, and when you don't have that, now you're thinking the rhythm. There's only 12 notes. You can think about those, but rhythms, there are millions of them. You have to feel them. Okay, you can't intellectualize it. And so why is it difficult sometimes for people to develop rhythmic coordination? Because you have to be aware of the problem. That, like, you might not even know, some people might not even know that that was a problem, that strumming pattern that I demonstrated. B, you have to be able to analyze what the strum should be in relation to the rhythm that you're hearing or trying to read or whatever it is. And then C, you have to have the self-discipline to slow it way down, and we'll talk about that. And then D, you have to have the patience and confidence to know that it's going to come back, and it will come back, and you'll be able to enjoy it the rest of your life. So I'm going to show you an example. This is from what's called a bembe, a Latin American rhythm, and it happens to be in 7/4. Now there's a triplet on each beat, so don't get hung up on the example, but I'm just going to give you some background. It's 7/4 with a triplet on each beat, so it's actually 21/8 notes per bar. Now, in this rhythm, which goes like this, you might see that I was keeping a regular motion down, up, across 2 bars. It was not easy to do that. If you look at the sheet music, it's supposed to go down, down, up, 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 down, down, up, up, and then up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, down. My hand did not want to do this right here, did not want to go down. And so I had to slow it way down in order to train myself how to do that. So that right there shows you the first 2 steps of the process. One, you have to observe. Like, I felt that there was a disconnect between mind and body, that my mind was thinking a certain rhythm, but my body was not effortlessly executing it. So that's the first step, is to be aware of it. And then second step, analyze, okay, well, what should it be in order for it to be effortless and smooth and not approximate to have the exact rhythm because you're feeling it. All right, so those are the first 2 steps. The third step is slow it way down. You have to have the self-discipline. Your ego doesn't want to slow it down. You always think to yourself, I can do this, I don't need to go. But no. I mean, the tempo of this was 138. I had to slow it down to 70, like almost half, basically. And I'm sitting there going da 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 da. All right, so it took me, that's a little bit humiliating. I mean, you think to yourself, I'm only half of what I'm supposed to be, the tempo. But remember this, it's always much harder to get on the scoreboard than it is to get from, to get from 0 to 25% always takes way more than to get from 25% to 50%, and that's always longer than 50% to 100%. So I know that, students don't necessarily know that, and I know it's a process, and I know that at the bottommost tempo where I can't get it, I know that right after my biggest thoughts of struggle is going to be the breakthrough. There's no other way. Students don't necessarily know that. So as a teacher, you have to be patient. You have to be patient with yourself. If you're teaching yourself or if you're a teacher of someone else, you have to be patient, and you also have to be willing to go rock bottom in order to build back up again. That's a big step right there. Let's go back to my easier example. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2. You have, the best way is you do your arm going a regular motion, and you say the rhythm before you play it, like 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. And then and only then should you can chuck. You don't even need chords yet. You just chuck the strings on those beats. You could still say it out loud or not, like 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4, or just. And only after those two steps have been done, the saying and the chucking, then you can put the chords on. Like that. And then now, only now that you got it, if you can do it like 4 times in a row, now you're solid, and now you start speeding it back up. And don't expect quick results. I mean, you're retraining yourself. Part of this is, like, don't listen to your negative thoughts that you can't do it. It's because the reason it's difficult is because probably you've been doing it the wrong way for a while, and now you have to literally retrain you have to make new neural pathways in your brain. And then you think intellectually, you think, oh, I should get this. I keep messing it up. I'm just stupid or something. The S word comes up. And it has nothing to do with that. It's just you had a habit, and now you have to retrain. It'd be like, trying to go skiing or something, and there's a big pathway in the middle, but you're off to the side. Of course it's going to be, the snow is going to be a lot less easier to navigate through. I don't know. You get the analogy. You're developing a new neural pathway, so it's going to take long. You have to have patience. And chart your progress. You have to chart your progress. Like, okay, my goal tempo is 138. I'm at 70. I can do it 4 times in a row, barely. So I'm not going to move up yet. I'm not going to move up until I can do it. And then you go to 75, 80, 85, etc. And then before you know it, you're there. And then you integrate that by playing the whole phrase. If you're doing one small section, integrate it by playing the whole phrase where your hard bit is in the middle of that. And then finally, the last step is implement it. Just go back and play the whole song and enjoy the results of it. So let me just say, it is possible to do this on your own, to teach yourself rhythmic coordination, but it's way more frustrating and takes way longer without a teacher. So, as a teacher of guitar for 20 years, I know full well that students need a combination of disciplines, like holding them accountable, but also encouragement and support. And that's because I know it. I know what it's like, because I've taught myself tooth and nail every step of the way. And the thing is, I'm 50 years old. I don't want it to take you guys, 50 years to become a great guitarist. I want you to become a great guitarist in a few years. And yes, it's possible. The only way it's possible is if you have a good teacher and if you do what they tell you. So at Guitar Lessons Ithaca, if you're interested, we do free trials to see if you're a good fit for the school. And you go to guitarlessonsithaca.com, you click the little button that says tell us more about you, and if it seems like a good fit, then we'll bring you in for a free trial. And I look forward to meeting you and hopefully getting your rhythm playing super solid and your guitar life super high level of joy in your life.